Today we have for parole consideration Cecil Sibley, DOC number 751028, who is a first felony offender who was convicted of molestation of a juvenile on September 14th, 2020, and sentenced to serve 10 years hard labor in Ascension Parish. Your parole eligibility date is 7/30/25. Your good time date is not eligible due to the crime, and your full term date is 7/28/30. Does that information sound correct to you, Mr. Sibley?
Yes, sir.
All right, and go ahead and tell us what you did to get yourself incarcerated.
Years ago, I got into pornography when I was very young, and it led to this. I went on throughout the years without just hiding it from everybody, and eventually it just started slow, and then it progressed and went on until finally I wound up doing a lot of things that I'm not proud of. A lot of things that I'm very ashamed of. And it led on to this part here to where I finally molested the victim. That's what happened.
Why do you think now's the time to let you go? What's different now?
This happened over 20-something years ago, and since that time, the part where when all this took place, I was in a bad place. I almost committed suicide, and I wound up turning my life around and going back in the direction that I wanted to be in. And I had my pastor was helping me with it a little bit, and I am a born-again Christian, and I've learned, over the years that what I did was very wrong, and there's just a lot of things that has changed in my life since then. I have a lot of family support since all this has come out. My wife has been with me for 41 years, and up until all this happened, she did not know I had problems with this, because I hid it from her, and I hid it from a lot of my friends. And he said, I regret what I've done. I made some bad choices back then, things that haunt me in my everyday life. I've been here for 10 months, and I've tried my best to get into classes that I needed to get into and to learn from them. Victim Impact has really put answered a lot of questions and helped me out a lot. I've learned that it's not just the victim, but everybody's involved. Like my wife, my family, my friends, they're all victims, and I've hurt them bad.
All right. How about the jail staff? Do y'all have any reports on him, Wes?
He's been in Allen since September of last year. He has 0 write-ups, no write-ups since he's been here. Like I told him when I spoke to him on Monday, I don't even know him, which is normally a good thing, here. So, I don't have a lot to say about Mr. Sibley other than he does his time very quietly, very well.
Has he had pre-release, that you have record of?
I'm sorry, did you say pre-release, Ms. Goody?
Pre-release right now.
He's currently enrolled in pre-release, and are you currently enrolled in victim impact? Are you completed
Victim
it?
impact, I've completed victim impact. And pre-release, I'll be completing with it next month.
He's currently enrolled in sex offender treatment as well.
When will that be completed?
That, it takes a while. I think he's in phase 2,
I'm into
and there's 4 phases.
just
Yes.
worked up phase 3, and then I'll. No,
We have some supporters here at headquarters who would like to speak. We have Mr. Charles Smith, pastor and friend. Mr. Smith, would you step up to the podium and tell us what you have to say?
Yes, sir. I just want to say thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak on behalf of Cecil. I've known him for about 45 years, and I have been his pastor for going on 6 years. And I was the youth pastor for his children, most of their family's children as well. I had no idea he had any issues going on, which is usual in a situation like this. But having had the opportunity to spend time with him over the last several years in the different facilities he's been in, I've had the opportunity to just talk with him and see where he's at in his not recovery, but his learning through all of this. And there's a lot of hurt, a lot of pain that's been caused on both sides. You understand that. But I have had the opportunity to witness firsthand the change that this has made in his life. Cecil's told me that he's thankful that he has been able to go through what he's going through, not the reason for which he's doing it, but that this has brought him to a point where he's been able to get into a right relationship with God, which is huge for the victim and offender. And so he does have a support system if you are willing to grant parole. It's my opportunity to be as much of a help to keep him accountable, which I know that is huge. I recommend that for everybody. We all need someone to hold ourselves accountable to, and that is one of the things that I'm willing to do to help walk him through this to make sure he doesn't have any issues going forward. I've worked with the family all the way around for many years. I've known him for many years. He does have a complete support system once he is released, and we'll do our best to make sure that he follows all the rules and continues his recovery to be accepted back in the community as an upstanding community. So, thank you.
I have a
Yes, ma'am.
question. What church are you affiliated with?
We are Liberty Baptist Church of Sanma, formerly Sanma Baptist Church. Founded 51 years ago.
And would he have any kind of leadership role in the church?
We have a church policy that my son helped design, where situations like this would be, we allow somebody to visit them to church, absolutely, we want everybody to come, and seek spiritual guidance, grow in their spiritual walk. But as far as leadership potential, that's not an option. Now, our goal at church is to make sure everyone's protected. I understand that every organization, every ministry has issues that they have to deal with, and some things that I found out later on, it just things I didn't know about. but we've taken steps to make sure everyone is able to be protected.
And y'all are mandatory reporters.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, next we have here at headquarters, Miss Elizabeth Sibley in support his mother.
Cecil's mother. He's always been a very, what we call a very special child growing up. He has a brother, and they're both very special to us. We try to train the right way. They've been in church since they were kindergarten's age. Took a lot of different courses over the years and everything. But on his life's journey, he got out on his own, got off on the wrong path. I realized that. He made mistakes that will affect him the rest of his life. Like you said a while ago, this was a long journey from about 20 years ago to me. And yes, it affected him and what went on. But I think while he's been here, he's grown closer to the Lord. He never disappointed God again, never. But I think it'll affect him the rest of his life because a lot of people, because it's in families, won't let him forget. You know, and that's what happens to a lot of these men, even women that get out. You know, you remember the bad things that happen. So I pray with all my heart that we, as a family and his friends, can uphold him and help him through this process. He has a lot of support, as you can tell through all the letters that were written. Different friends, but what we're praying for, I guess, today from y'all is to have grace and mercy on him. His dad and I are in our 80s and not in good health. We need him. His wife and his family needs him. He's got 2 children that have done marvelously well through all of this. One's a missionary in Germany, and the other one spent 7 years in the service and doing well in college. So he has support all the way around his church family, his family, his friends. So I'm asking for that for him today. We also pray in God's will. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we also have Danielle Dulac, a niece, in support on Zoom. You can go ahead.
Hi, I'm not in support.
Okay.
I'm
We got-
sorry.
Sorry about that. Got you in the wrong column. But we can take you now.
Okay, thank
We'll
you.
call- Right.
All right. I do have a couple things to say. Firstly, like, just while he was molesting me, he was a deacon and a Sunday school teacher in the church. So, like, yes, they didn't know about it, but he definitely used his religion to cover for him, I do believe. And so I'd also, like to say that due to his pervasive behaviors and repeated incidences of pedophilia, I do request the court to please consider the nature of his crimes and high potential for reoffending and not to let him out yet. He started out as a peeping Tom, and many people knew about that. And then he escalated that into molesting me. It is my very firm belief that he should not live among the general population, at least not yet. He'd be required to serve his full sentence, which is not that much longer, really. Just this, the nature of his crimes, they have had lifelong implications. And yes, it was only 20 years ago, but I am only 35. And that is not a long time for me. I'm just now beginning to really wake up to all the abuse and see how it has affected me. I struggle with so many things. I've had suicidal ideations. I had to leave my home and my support system, which is also my family, because he is my aunt or my uncle through marriage. Like, that was my family too, and they've chosen to support him instead of me. So I've had to leave. I struggle with all kinds of things, sleep disturbances and nightmares. I can't think straight. I have a great difficulty with my own self-worth. I have intrusive thoughts, your standard depression and anxiety. I struggle with my interpersonal relationships. I do meet the criteria for PTSD, which is unfortunate. As a result of his very selfish actions that he knowingly chose to put me through, I am going to have to deal with this forever. And I just don't feel like he should be allowed to just serve 5 years and be done. He needs to at least serve his full sentence. And that's really all I'm asking for.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have one more person at headquarters, Ms. Tawana Sibley, a wife who's in support, not speaking. We also have opposition from the judge in this case, the district attorney in this case, and the attorney general's office in this case. We also have opposition letters from other victims in this case who state they're opposed to release. With that being said, we'll turn this over to Mr. Freeman, who's the lead on this for question.
Okay, good morning. All right, I see that you were charged with 2 counts. You pled to 2 counts. How many different victims were there?
There was 2 different victims. One was just a fondling case, and that was dismissed, and as far as I know, and in the molestation.
What did you learn from your sex offender classes? What are your triggers?
As far as, I don't quite understand the question, I guess.
What leads you to do stuff like this? In sex offender class, that you're supposed to learn what causes your actions.
Yes, sir. Like I said, this was a long time ago this started. And with any, I guess, anything when it comes to pornography or anything like that, it leads on and leads on and leads on to what I had did. And it got to the point to where, just like drugs, it was nothing satisfying, and then finally I committed what I did. And I have learned, like I said, over the years, there's a book that I had learned and studied, and it's called Every Man's Battles. And it pretty much was written by 2 men that has gone through the similar thing that as what I have gone through, and some other men. And it pretty much taught me how to just how to look at a woman and from here up instead of down. And I have really learned that away, not to even things that comes on TV, and if it comes in a certain way, whether it be a woman in a bikini or something like that, I turn around and I walk out. I don't stand around and watch it because that's what causes my problem. And did that answer your question? I mean,
Yes, sir. Okay. And how many children do you have of your own?
I have two. One, my daughter, which is the oldest, she and her husband, and she has two. I have two grandkids, and they live in Germany. My grandson is just turned 18, and he will be going to college here in the States. And my son, he's 27, I think 27, and he's right now he's living with my wife. He's gotten out of the Army. He was in the Army for 7 years, and now he's taking college courses, which is doing very well.
Okay. Do they have contact with you? Do you have regular contact with your children?
Yes, sir, I do. My son comes to visit me once a month. He comes to visit me.
Okay.
And my daughter and them, they're coming into the States, I think, I want to say next week. And I'm hoping to see my daughter and son-in-law, which I haven't seen in a long time.
Okay. I have no other questions.
Mr. Do you have any questions?
I kind of had a question about the time. You were arrested in 2017, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then I see that you were sentenced in 2020. Were you out on bail?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it took 3 years, but you didn't get jail credit because you were out. Okay.
So you've done 5 years?
Yes, sir. It will be 5. I did 6 weeks before I was on bail, and then I think that backed my time up till the end of July. I think it's the 30th is my 5 years.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. No more questions. I don't have any questions. We ready to vote?
Okay, I have to vote first since I was assigned your case. First off, I gotta admit from the get-go, I wouldn't let you out without you completing your sex offender treatment. I think you need sex offender treatment. That needs to be completed. And also, you keep saying it was a long time ago, but it did happen. It doesn't matter how long ago it was. It was 2 young children. They are affected by it. My vote today is to deny due to victim opposition. And that's it.
Mr. Do?
Mr. Sibley, I'm glad to see that you're in the necessary courses for release. You have to have a pre-release and you have to have sex offender. You don't have to have sex offender, but for me, you do. And also substance abuse. If you might want to check out Assistant Warden to see if he needs substance abuse. But my vote is to deny parole at this time. You know, as you know, Apostle Paul did good things in prison too. So keep up the good work.
And I also concur with my colleagues and vote to deny based on the law enforcement opposition, the victim opposition, and the details of the crime. So today, Mr. Sibley, your parole has been denied.
Should criminals like this even have the opportunity for parole? Please let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you like this video, please hit subscribe for new videos every week.